Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm coming from Team Shadow Strike, and this is going to be another clan discussion video. As I did last time when I posted clan discussion videos, I posted them in two with Oracle Think Tank and Nova Grappler. Well, this one, the one I did earlier, was Shadow Paladin, pardon me. So I'm going to be posting one with Shadow Paladin as well. So guys, you know the rule on these. If I get 10 thumbs up on my Shadow Paladin one and this one, more will come. So the clan that we're going to be covering in this one is the clan that is used by Tetsu Shinjo of Team Asteroid, better known as the General, and that is the Dark Irregulars clan. Now, the Dark Irregulars clan is very interesting to me because when it was one of the first decks that I ever attempted to build after I had my very first deck completed. And then I just kind of got away from the deck and started building other things, and then I came back to it once Season 3 came along, well actually Season 2, and it got more support. But the first Dark Irregulars unit that we ever remember seeing was this. It was Demon World Marquis Amon, and his ability was so unique for the time because he gained 1,000 power for each Dark Irregular in the soul. And Dark Irregular soul charges like no one can imagine. There you have cards that's just like, when this card is called, soul charge. When this unit's attack hits, soul charge. When this unit's attack hits, soul charge and draw a card. I mean, this deck does nothing but soul charge, soul charge, soul charge, soul charge, soul charge. I've referred to it sometimes, guys, playing Russian roulette, because this deck, there is a little bit of risk to it, because with all the soul charging this deck requires, you might soul charge perfect guards, you might soul charge triggers, you might soul charge key cards that you'd rather have on the rear guard. That's why Dark Irregulars is a very, very tricky clan. But it's also a fun clan, I will give it that. I mean, I think the most popular outlet to Dark Irregulars is the Amon line. I mean, we have also seen we saw Edel Rose in one episode in Vanguard. She's not bad. We saw Steel Vampire. That was probably the first. One of the first boss monsters we ever saw with Dark Irregulars as well, because we saw Tetsu use it against Aichi and cripple him with that ability of his where you Mega Blast and you can select any rear guard and make that your opponent's Vanguard, and that is also pretty deadly. We also saw Reiji, which had a very interesting ability too. Once you got those 15 cards in the soul, he gained +2 critical permanently, which was pretty nasty. And then we saw other little things, but nothing was as good as the Amon line, in my opinion. And then when Dark Irregulars kind of faded a little bit, because we had Dark Lord of Abyss and Reiji being the main two units in Season 2 that Dark Irregulars was associated with. And then Season 3 came along and everything started to get archetypes, like you had Liberators, you had Revengers, you had Eradicators, you had Celestials. And then we saw the House of Amon come to I guess, creation, and we saw things like Amon's Followers. I'm sorry, it was changed from House of Amon. I thought House of Amon sounded so much cooler, but we got Amon's Follower, Amon's Follower cards, and they became more around angels and vampires, and it seemed like the clan became a little more fantastical, if that's even a word. And then with Season 3, we also saw Amon get a cross ride. We saw Demon Marquis Amon Reverse. And this kind of gave Amon Dark Irregulars decks, in my opinion, a little more stability, because his ability, I think, is better than just his ability. Here's why. His ability is, once you get 6 cards in the soul, he gains +1,000 for each Dark Irregular in the soul, and if there's at least 6 in there, he gains +1 critical. See, with me, when I'm playing this deck, once I get to about 7, 8, max 10, I stop soul charging, because you don't want to continue to just soul charge and thin your deck harder. That's why this gives Dark Irregulars a lot more stability. It gives you that 13k body, which makes it easier to guard, and it gives you a limit break that is a whole lot more easier to do, and his limit break is virtually free. All you have to do is lock a Dark Irregular unit. You don't have to counterblast at all. That's what shocked me about this card. I was like, wow, you don't even have to counterblast. It's just lock one and there you go. So really, really good. I mean, Dark Irregulars, we haven't... I think there is a confirmed Legion for them. I haven't read it myself as far as Season 4 goes. But Dark Irregulars is a fun clan. Also, Dark Irregulars is always... It's been relatively a cheap clan to build, so if you are ever looking for a good budget deck, you can... The only card that really costs a lot right now is this, because he only came out as a promo in set 12 and in set 3, right? Yeah. So that was the only way you could get this. But if you don't want to spend the money on a Mons, you can pair this with the Break Ride Mascadantarian, and it's still just as good. That's what's so nice about the Dark Irregulars clan. The Dark Irregulars clan is pretty toolboxy. You can kind of get as creative with it as you want. There's cards like the Demon Bike of the Witching Hour. When it's on the rear guard, for every copy of Demon Bike in the Soul, he gains plus 2,000 power,
And there's a grade 2 and a grade 3 just like that. So Dark Irregulars is a pretty interesting clan. The main line, like I said, being around the Amons. But you can still play Ragey, you can still play Dark Lord of the Abyss. I mean... So Dark Irregulars, that's pretty much all there is to it. You literally soul charge to gain power and use that to just beat your opponent down with a huge middle line assault. You still, luckily with the Amons, you got a 12k attacker. That really helped out Amon. You got a brand new Perfect Guard, which I think looks a lot better than March Rabbit at Nightmare Land. You know, but the Dark Irregular, and then we also got this card. This was really, this was a big push for Irregulars too, being able to Soul Blast it and just Soul Charge too. So I mean the Dark Irregulars, it never really gets the respect it really deserves, because I do think the Dark Irregulars is one of the better, I guess, second level clans, but the thing about Dark Irregulars is sometimes its need to soul charge to gain abilities will soul charge the cards you need, and then you can sometimes be at a huge disadvantage. But nonetheless, I love the Dark Irregulars clan for the artwork, for the idea behind them, and I've always really liked demons and vampires and that kind of thing, and plus the artwork, like the Dark Angels, I mean, they just look so freaking cool, so it's kind of hard not to like them. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this clan discussion video. It was a little bit shorter because Dark Irregulars is one of those clans that haven't got a whole lot of love. You know, I mean, they've gotten minimal support in other sets. They've never really been one of the major clans that they push, like Kagero, Royal Paladin, Gold Paladin. But the Dark Irregulars hold a special place in my heart because they are just so freaking cool, and they were one of the first decks that I built when I decided I was going to build multiple Vanguard decks. So the Dark Irregulars will always be special to me. So if the Dark Irregulars is your favorite clan, I am not disrespecting your clan in any way. I will always love the Dark Irregulars, and I can definitely foresee me building the Dark Irregulars Legion, if it's true what I've heard that they have one that's confirmed. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this clan discussion video, so please give it a thumbs up. Once I get 10 thumbs up on this one and my Shadow Paladin one, I will be doing more. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I will talk to you guys later. So thanks for watching.